All right, welcome back to another episode of Your Relationship Sucks! Exclamation point. Very excited today. We have
Today is a special day.
It's a crossover episode. This is a wedding Wednesday mixed with a college confession. I don't even know what the question is. Just like always, this is all off the top of my head. This is reputational risk that I'm taking here. I have no idea what I'm going to say because I honestly don't know what the question, but I'm super excited because I love college confessions. I love wedding questions because there's people just get crazy, but I can't even I can't think about like a college person getting married. Like it's crazy to me. So that's why I'm excited. I'm excited about this. Before we get started, check out the TikTok, check out the Instagram, all that stuff. We got some different content on there. So follow and share and all that stuff. Tell everybody about it.
Yeah, way different content. More funny. And stuff. Unrelated to the show.
Yeah, so check that out. That's under Your Relationship Sucks.
Not completely unrelated, but
no, it's fine. Yeah, they'll get it. You'll check it out. You'll get it. It's on. So check out the podcast. If you're listening, subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff. Please tell other people about it. Check the YouTube. You can subscribe there as well. Please, and again, just tell people about it. It helps us out. We like doing it. We're gonna try to keep doing it. Try and make this bigger. Also check out the link tree. You get our Karma Cancer apparel, which honestly does look awesome. It's very cool. I'm very excited about it. So that's it. Let's get into it. I'm excited. Initial impressions. Hit me with it. What do you got?
My ex, a 19-year-old female, texted me, a 20-year-old male, a photo of her in her wedding dress and wanted me to say congratulations for her, although we broke up 2 months ago. You're laughing so hard, your mic is cutting out, and it's one of my favorite moments.
Oh, shit. That was a lot to unpack. Yikes city population, this fucking guy. What is this is my initial impression is bullet dodged. That's my initial impression. This guy got way luckier than he thought. Like he's looking at this in the complete wrong way. That's my initial impression. Give me the details because this is there's a lot to unpack from that very first sentence. That's unbelievable.
I still have not seen the photo in the chat. She doesn't know if I saw it or not since I use Telegram's peek to view the chat. I don't really know what that means.
He's doing it secretly, basically. Like you can't be tracked what he's doing. That's fine. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. We broke up because we had a lot of problems, including her being so bad-tempered and possessive over me, not to mention gaslighting and blatantly lying. And when I broke up with her, I had to shift the reasons a bit so she wouldn't feel bad about it. And got finally to one of the main factors, which is she wants me to propose to her on February 21st, while I still don't have any work at all. And certainly any that was suitable for her family class, rich class, basically. And we are just in our first year of college. So what is the best thing to do? I know that if I say congrats, she will start gaslighting like crazy again, just so she asserts her power or some shit. So basically, he wants to know if he should say congratulations or talk to her.
Okay. I'm completely ignorant. What does gaslighting mean? I know I've seen that term around. I guess I don't see it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's using this term like very specifically. So I need to know what it means so that I know what's happening.
Gaslighting is when you bring something up to like your partner that's like valid and actually happening, and then they turn it back on you and make you feel crazy to the point where like they're driving you mad. The term is based off of a movie where the main character, I haven't seen the movie, but essentially the main character goes crazy because the person she's with makes her feel crazy. So it'd be like, you're like, I caught you cheating on me, and then the person would be like, I didn't do that. You're making that up because you're crazy. You know, you're the one who's just, and so you start to question your own existence because the person's kind of manipulating you to the extent. So it can be used in a lot of different ways. Like it can be used like if you're
okay, I get it. Okay,
you
so
know, it's a control technique, and
Okay.
a lot of people in abusive relationships experience it. I'm not entirely sure if he's genuinely using it correctly. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
The
definitely
context doesn't work.
overused now because it's been introduced into like the general
the zeitgeist,
population
yeah, I get it.
language.
I get it. It's in the
So who
zeitgeist,
knows? But
there's
that's what he's
people-
implying. That like
Uh,
she would act crazy and then say like put it back on him all the time.
Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense to me. I guess he's kind of using it. I don't know. I guess if he just said congrats, I don't really know how she can gaslight that. I assume that's a verb.
Yeah, that's the part where I don't think he's yeah.
I'm not sure that I understand like what he's saying, because it sounds like I guess maybe he's trying to say like, I don't know, like he wants a bigger conversation than just that. I don't know. Honestly, I don't. Okay. So basically he's just using words to sound smarter. That's fine. People do that when you're younger. Here's the key. If you're going to use a big word, make sure you understand what the word means. Number one. And then number two, use them less often than you think, because otherwise most people are just going to think you sound like an asshole. Like that's usually how it works. Like people aren't very good at using big terms. They kind of throw it in and it's like it doesn't sound natural. And so when it doesn't sound natural, people are just immediately like, oh well, this person's trying to sound smarter. So actually, even though you might be smart and it might make you sound smarter, it actually makes you like look worse in other people's eyes. That's just a tip out there for the young people or the old people. Really, everybody does it. Try to do that. I do that. I do it every once in a while. I try to, I try not to, but I do it every once in a while. And, there's people who are like, yeah, you sound like an asshole. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I am. So what are you going to do? Okay. Here's the thing. I don't like, this girl has a life plan and she is crushing it. Like she is crushing her life. Now, I don't know if she got engaged on February 21st. I'm not sure if she did or not. But here's the thing. Like she said to him, this is my plan. If you don't fit in, I'm going to find somebody else who does. This guy sort of seems like somebody who's more like, hey, you know what? I want to have a relationship where we talk a little bit more about what we want together as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, neither one is right or wrong. So anybody who's like, this lady's crazy, when it comes to that particular point, I don't think you're right. I think this is somebody, she just knows what she wants. Now, my guess is what she wants is going to change at some point in the future. And then she's just going to go for that and she'll figure it out, whether that means getting divorced or staying together or having kids or what, I don't know, whatever. But she's going to go for it. She's going to get what she wants. Basically, what I'm saying is this guy can't handle this woman. That's how I'm seeing this. Not like he shouldn't handle her. That's a different thing. I'm saying I don't think this guy is capable of keeping up with somebody who's like, I've set fucking goals and I am absolutely going to accomplish them. Now, some people might think, hey, you know what? She's crazy. She's doing those things. What I'm saying is you have to understand that anybody, and I've said this before, but anybody who genuinely changes the world, like people who genuinely change the world, they are people who set goals and let literally nothing get in their way. Literally nothing get in their way.
Yeah.
Now, what we don't think about is that there are plenty of people who tried to change the world, who acted very much the exact same way and didn't get famous because they didn't actually, either accomplish it or whatever they accomplished didn't actually change the world, whatever. But like, there are plenty of people who do this that we just don't hear about. So these people exist all over the place. But this is just a woman who is saying like, this is what I want. And if I don't get it, I'm going somewhere else. Now, most people I think would look at that and say, hey, you know what? That's not how a relationship is. And what I would say is, that's not how you want a relationship to be. if your reaction to this is that's not how a relationship should be, then you have to understand that that's you saying that's not how I would want a relationship to be with me. That's what you're saying. I don't care how you couch it. I don't care what words you actually use. I'm saying that's what you're actually saying. You're saying I can't envision myself in a relationship like that, which is totally different than this woman is being a piece of shit. That's a totally different thing. Now, can we stop being friends with our exes? Can we stop that bullshit? Can we just stop it? Why? Why are we doing that? I don't understand. Seriously, why do we do that? Why do people go like, hey, you know what? Let's break up, but I'd like to keep talking to you. Why? Why do you want to keep talking to this person? I don't understand that. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not saying like you can't do it down the road. I'm not saying anything. This guy broke up with this girl 2 months ago. 2 months. 2 months ago. And he's like, oh, well, we can get over it. No, you can't, dude. You can't. That's not how it works. He was considering proposing to her. Like that's the implication, or that's the inference I'm making based on what he said, right? He was like, she wants me to propose, but I don't even have a job, which means he's saying if I had a job, I could buy a ring. I assume that's what he meant, but he's basically saying like, if he had a job, I would have proposed. That's what he's saying. This is someone you were getting ready to fucking propose to, and you're talking to her after 2 months? Are you shitting me? There are people who do way less disastrous things to me that I don't speak to for longer than 2 months because I'm still mad about it. Like, I'm still mad. Think about that shit. Think in your head, like just something stupid, something like little tiny that happened to you. You know, somebody bumped into you or somebody cut you off in traffic. Think about that moment and then tell me if you didn't. There was a little piece of you just now when you thought about it that was like, you know what? Fuck that person. That's the problem. But this dude had that, except it was a big thing. It wasn't like, oh, they cut me off. He's like, oh, she ruined my life. That's what he said. He's like, this woman ruined my life. Let me just think about that right now and I'll be cool with it. No, that's not how it works. Like, you can't be that fucking mature. There's not a single human being on earth who is that mature. I don't care what they say. I don't care how they act outwardly. I'm saying inwardly, there's nobody who has their life ruined who will be able to quell every single piece of just whatever is inside of them the second that you're done with whoever the person is. Like, you cut you're like, we won't be romantically involved, but I'll put those feelings to the side and we can still be friends. No, dude, it's not going to happen. So number one, stop trying to be friends with your exes, especially if it's somebody you were going to marry and then they broke up with you. I'm guessing that's how it went. They didn't say in here like specifically how he did it. Or what? Like what? No, I assume that means she broke up with him. Yeah. That's my guess.
No, he broke. I think he broke up with her.
He broke up with her.
Yeah, when I broke up with her, I had to shift the reason. So it sounds like
that's right. He did say that.
Wasn't even honest about the actual reasons. He like softened the blow.
Yep. No, that's my fault. Again, that's why this show's live, people. This show is live. No, I have no idea.
That was one whole paragraph. Yeah. It kind of goes back to, we talked this again. No, if you're going to ask for advice, split the sentences up because it does make it hard.
No, you're right. You're right, though. You said it. I thought about it at the time and then I forgot about it. Yeah.
I wanted to bring up that just because she has a wedding dress on doesn't mean she's getting married.
Oh, and actually, that's a really good point. I didn't have thought about that.
Envisioning, like, how I envision this going down is that she just put on a wedding dress and then is trying to get him to talk to him.
Oh, fuck, man. I feel so dumb.
Genuinely think is happening. And I mean, that wasn't even like really talked about in the comments, but this girl, I mean, if her MO is to, kind of control stuff or think it's funny to like, I feel or whatever, I genuinely feel that she probably actually isn't getting married.
I feel so stupid.
Dangling.
I feel so stupid. This is
the intro.
This is the lowest moment in this entire show for me. The history of this show. This is the lowest moment. Because I got one
that you didn't.
This is maybe the most important thing that you've ever said on this show. This might be the most important thing that you've ever done in the history of this fucking show. That's exactly what's happening. You were going to
go in the world, and I was going to be like, that's actually probably true too.
This is literally exactly what's happening. This is gaslighting. according to this guy, right? That's what this is. Like, again, yes, I understand. I'm using that term incorrectly on purpose for all the people who are going to be pedantic about that shit. Like, yes, I am using it incorrectly because I think he thinks that's what this is. To your point. That's definitely what she's doing. So she's saying,
I don't know if he thinks that, but he
I think
knows
he
that
does.
there's a possibility.
No. What I'm saying is I think he thinks that her sending the picture is gaslighting. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he understands the term. Like, you explained me the term, and I'm saying, okay, based on the context of what he used, I don't think he understands the term. So I think that's what he thinks gaslighting is. That's exactly what's happening. She's saying, here's a dress. I look great. You still want to fuck me. All those things. Another reason to not be friends with your ex. Stop doing it. Stop being friends with them. Stop being friends with them, because they're going to do crazy shit like this if they want you back. Now it all makes sense. Honestly, I feel so dumb. I can't believe I must be tired or something. I don't know. Like, I didn't catch any of this shit. He broke up with her. She's like, how do I get him back? Let me throw on the dress because I know he wanted to marry me. Let me show off the goods. And let me just keep myself front and center in all of this. But also, I'm pissed because I have a plan and he needs to propose to me on whatever date that's upcoming. And I still need to make that happen. So that's what I'm doing. And she's fucking reeling him back in. He's just a guppy. He's a guppy out there, you know? She's just throwing lines in the water.
Not wanting to talk to her, he hasn't blocked her on social media. So he's still, she's still able to contact him.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
No, this girl. I'm telling, like, this is my thing. This is what I don't understand. Like, people, like, so somebody hears like that about this way, because you're 100% right. Like, that's obviously what happens. Like, I was so bad on this episode. Like, you nailed it. You nailed exactly what happened. This girl, this is the type of behavior and this is the type of role model that honestly I think we should be teaching other people about. Because this girl is literally making it happen. This is a guy who said, I have to break up with you. And she's like, no. She's like, no. I'm just not going to let it happen. That's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. She's got this guy so wrapped up in everything. She's like, no, I have a plan. I'm going to get what I want. That's what she's doing. It's unbelievable that she's being able to accomplish this. And this guy's like, I mean, first of all, he's like, I'm looking and she can't tell or whatever. Bro, she could tell. She knows. She knows. I'm sorry, man. She knows. She just does. Not because somebody told her what, she just knows. She's not a wizard. She just knows. It's just part of it. She set that shit out in the world. She's like, yeah, he's going to see it. He's going to fucking see it. That's why she did it. Because she's like, I don't know. It's going to work. Because she has a plan. That's what I'm saying. This is a fucking goal setting clinic that she is putting on right now. You can't get a better role model for anybody than this girl who's attacking her problems with the amount of fucking vigor that she is attacking this issue with. She is so pumped about getting engaged and getting married. That's what's happening. But my takeaway from this whole thing, I don't even know what his question is. What's his question? His question is like, what do I do? Oh no, his question was, should I say congratulations?
Yeah, I think it was, what's the best thing to do?
Oh, okay. So here's my advice for this kid. And here's the problem. Because he is a kid. Again, I was right about this part. I was definitely right about this part. He is not prepared to handle this woman. And I'm not saying because she's crazy. I'm saying because she is a fucking bulldozer. This is somebody who gets what she wants. And if you're going to be with somebody like that, you have to be prepared to say no. You have to be prepared to put up a fight. You have to be prepared to stop a fucking freight train in its tracks at a moment's notice. That's what you have to do. the mental wherewithal you have to be with somebody like that vastly exceeds the mental capabilities that this young gentleman has. This is why you shouldn't be friends with your exes. This right here, this is very specifically why. Maybe a couple years down the road, like I'm not even talking 6 months, like again, think 6 months ago when somebody cut you off in traffic, tell me you're not still a little, just a little itty bitty piece of you wants to run your car into that person. Tell me that shit doesn't happen.
Every time.
And then tell me that you're going to be prepared for somebody who ruined your fucking life. You're going to be prepared to talk to them in 6 months and not have any negative ill will towards them. Tell me that shit. Or tell me you're not going to be able to not put up with their, your defenses aren't going to be penetrated and fucking immediately. Right? That's what I'm saying. This is why I try to tell people, don't be friends with your exes. Just don't talk to them. Block them on everything. Anybody tries to give you an update on them, tell them I don't want that. No, thank you. Because it's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. You're never going to not feel something for that person. It'll diminish over time, but you're never going to not feel something for that person. You just won't. I don't care who you are. You're just not. Like think about it. Like the second you've been inside somebody or somebody's been inside you, that's a connection that doesn't go away. It just doesn't. I don't care who you are. Everybody deals with it differently, but there is a connection there. And so you can't, and if you've been inside somebody a lot of times, or you've let somebody inside you a lot of times, that connection is deeper and deeper and deeper, right? Like sex doesn't equal love, but it's certainly an expression of feelings of attraction and connection and all of those things, right? Like it is. I don't care who you are, like none of that. Like you feel connected to that person. And the more you feel connected to that person, the more often it's going to happen. So if that person ruins your life, or if you're like, hey, I have to go. Well, again, this guy said he had to change. He's like, I had to change the rules, or I had to change the reasons so that she didn't get mad. You know why? Because he was like, dude, if she gets mad, she's going to put her mind to it, and she's not going to let me break up with her. Because his reason is, I'm not mentally strong enough to be with you. Like, you're ruining my life, and I can't stop you. That's his reason. That's his fucking reason. His reason is like, she's like the stripper that the dude can't stop giving money to. He's like, I know I should stop. I don't have any money, but I can't stop giving it to you because you keep putting your tits right in my face. Like, I can't stop doing that. There is something about it that I'm just doing it almost involuntarily at this point. And I want to stop it, but I can't stop doing it. That was his reason. And she would have been pissed because she was like, yes, I'm ruining your life. That's my plan. That's what happened here. That's what happened. So stop being friends with your exes. It's not that hard. Just don't be friends with your fucking exes. Just stop doing it. Altogether, just stop doing it. Because you're going to run into this problem. And by the way, the second you think you're ready to talk to your ex, the moment, however much time has passed, the moment that you think you're ready to talk to your ex, double the amount of time. I'm telling you right now, double the amount of time, because you're not ready. You are absolutely not ready. You're not going to be, but in double the amount of time, you might have a chance. That's what I'm telling you. You're going to avoid a lot of problems if that's your MO. So I don't know. I guess what should he do? Don't say congrats. Don't talk to her. Stop looking at her. Stop looking at her because you still think she's hot. That's the problem. I mean, he's still 20. He's like, oh, she let me have sex with her. Like, I'd like to do that again.
He's definitely thinking with the wrong brain.
I mean, I'm just telling you, that's so just stop doing that. I guess, it's pretty simple. Like, just don't do this stuff anymore. And I don't know. I can't stress enough. Stop being friends with your exes. I can't stop telling people that because nobody listens to it. Nobody listens to it. And I'm telling you, you'll be sad for a lot longer if you do that. And they're just going to be renting that fucking free space right in your fucking brain. They're just going to be set up camp right in your fucking brain. You're not going to be able to get over them. You get super sad when they start fucking somebody else. That's how it works. So stop doing it. Stop doing it. Don't respond to this woman. Don't respond to this woman. Usually I would give people this advice. I would say, hey, think about, what do you want? And then make your own decision. This guy is so mentally weak that I'm telling you, don't do it. Right? she's got that tractor beam of hotness going on, and she knows that she's going to bulldoze over this guy. That's what she's trying to do. Don't let it happen, man. Don't let it happen. You got to stay strong because you're not prepared. You specifically are not prepared to deal with the ramifications of what you're about to do if you press send on anything related to her. Because she's going to know. By the way, if you're looking at this shit undercover, the second that you say congrats, she's going to know, boom, I had him the whole time. And you're going to know it. And that's the problem. That's what I'm telling you. You're not mentally strong enough to take on somebody of this caliber. You're just not. And that's okay. Don't be ashamed of that, but understand your limitations. It's going to make your life a lot easier. You need to find like a docile creature to get entangled with, because you are not prepared to take on the alpha dog. You're just not prepared. This girl's a fucking alpha dog. You are not prepared to take that shit on. You need somebody who's in the right lane of traffic, going like 35 on the highway. That's what you need, because you are not prepared for somebody in the fucking Lambo in the HOV just blowing by cops. Like you can't deal with that shit at all. I'm telling you right now. It is embarrassing. I get it, but just understand where you are in life. You are not like you're like an Astrovan rider. You are not a sports car enthusiast, like that's the difference between the two of you. You're not prepared to do this. So save yourself the trouble, because I'm telling you, this shit ain't going to end well for you. If you give her any satisfaction, she's going to rip you apart. I don't know. That's what I have to say. What do you think?
I don't have anything to add. I think you covered it better than you could. I mean, you could. I could have. I felt like I contributed a lot to this episode. So
no, you nailed it.
You say anything else?
You nailed it. You crushed it. That's it. It's another episode right there. Check us out. TikTok, Instagram. Check us out there. Follow, subscribe, to the podcast, all that stuff. Share all this stuff with your friends. If you're feeling generous, we do appreciate it. It does help us out. Check out the Karma Cancer link in the link tree. And otherwise, we will be back tomorrow. This is a great addition today. We will be back tomorrow with another episode of Your Relationship Sucks. We'll see everybody then.